Hello, and welcome back to White Glove Watches. Today I'm going to be doing a review on the Deep Blue Master 1000 Generation 2, 40 and 44 millimeter. Now from what I can tell this is incorrect because the 44 millimeter is actually 45 millimeter and the 40 is actually 42 millimeter. Both of them came in this hard case with a sticker and a key ring. Just kind of fun little extras. So let's jump to the dimensions first just because they seem to be all wrong. I mean, this is a big watch. So let's look at the smaller one first. So this is their claimed 40 millimeter, but it measures out at 42 millimeters. It's 15 millimeters thick. On this watch, it looks even thicker. It has 22 millimeter lug width, and then the bracelet tapers down to 20 millimeters, then back to 22 at the clasp. It is a nice machine clasp. And now for the big boy. So this thing is 45.5 millimeters, 15 millimeters thick, 52.5 millimeters lug to lug. But it has the same 22 millimeter lug width. It came on this rubber strap rather than the bracelet. I don't understand why the dimensions are so far off on these, and I did get them straight from Deep Blue. Definitely a little disappointing. So a quick run through the specs. Both are powered by the Seiko NH35. They are sapphire crystal with AR undercoating. They have aluminum bezel inserts, signed screw-down crowns and case backs, and the bracelet does have solid end links and a machine clasp. Other than the size discrepancy, I do have quite a few issues with these watches, so if you're a Deep Blue fan, you might want to stop watching the video now. Mostly it's going to be about quality for price, what I actually paid for the watches versus what they asked for the watches, but I'll break that all down at the end. Alright, let's dive down and take a close look. The finishing on these are all brushed. It's not great on both watches. The finishing is uneven on the curved sides. Anywhere there's an intersection, it basically stops for about 5 millimeters. It doesn't seem to be showing up on the video very well, but some parts are so bad you can still see the machining from where it was made. It is a tool watch, and it is built like a brick, but that is pretty bad. There are some parts I like. The crown is large, super grippy, very smooth with a nice positive pop when it gets to the end. But overall it just seems like they didn't care very much. The finishing on the bracelet is also all brushed, and it seems to be done better than the case. It has a pin and collar system, so it's very secure. It has solid end links, the machine clasp with 3 micro adjusts. It is a nicely done bracelet, and it would be my favorite part of the watch, except it is a world-class hair puller. Seriously, if I wore this thing often, I would have a bald patch around my wrist, which is too bad because it looks really good. I like the 3-link style. I like the taper. Kinda breaks my heart. Thankfully, the rubber strap the other one came with is a different story. It is very stiff, but it feels nice to the touch. It's very smooth. I really like these little locking nubs that are there for the guards. When you strap it on, it does help keep everything in place, nice and tight, nothing moves around, as you can see. Which is a nice feature. But even with that said, it has some other issues. After over 2 years, this thing still reeks of like varnish. And I'm not kidding at all. If you're sitting there in a chair and there isn't air moving, you really smell it. The case back on this watch is probably the best finished part. The logo with the diver and the sandblast finish around. I'm not sure why it's numbered. I don't think that these are any kind of special edition or limited numbers. And this one's 5,451. After 2 years, they're still available and they come in dozens of different dials. So seems kind of pointless or even a little gimmicky. So let's jump back to the face of the watch. I do like the aluminum bezels on both of these watches. The action is loud but positive. Does feel kind of cheap and springy. Does have a good amount of back play, and the bezel actually wobbles up and down. It is the same on both of these. Just doesn't feel quite right. And another part, I don't know if you can see it very well, but the bezel actually is pushed up in the air. It's a great place for dirt and debris to catch. I've heard fans say that this is on purpose, but if it is, I do not like it. Let's move on to the dials, which I am a fan of. So I do think that both of these are very attractive. I like the logo, the simple printing on the minute track, the Submariner-esque applied hour markers. The baton hands are very legible all the time at any angle. The way the orange lollipop second hand contrasts with the light blue mother of pearl dial, and the red second hand goes with the Pepsi motif, is very nice. The mother of pearl dial plays with the indoor and outdoor lighting beautifully. The sunburst effect is very well done on the Pepsi. It won't show on the light box, but it is there and well done. And now to check the Loom. I'm not sure what kind they use, but it is decent enough. After a 20-minute test period, the hour markers and bezel pit begin to fade, but the hands remain strong. It's nowhere near as good as a Seiko. I would probably put it right around an Invicta Pro Diver. Not great, not horrible. So how do they wear? Surprisingly well. The large 52.5mm sits comfortably on my 7.5-inch wrist due to the rounded lugs. And with how tall it is, even my gorilla hair can't quite cover the dial. I do like it. The 42mm is just about the right size for most wrists. It fits just as comfortably as the larger. It is kind of awkwardly tall comparatively, but the only complaint comes down to the bracelet. It doesn't have enough micro adjusts. If I take out one more link, it's far too tight at max adjust, and adjusted as it is, it's too loose at minimum, so it slips around, and it tears the hair out, so it's just not a comfortable bracelet. Would I buy them again? This is tricky. At the $300 plus list price, hell no. But Deep Blue always has a 40% off or higher coupon floating around somewhere. And when I bought these two a few years ago, they were listed for $236 with 40% off on a buy one get one sale. That made them $71 each. So the finishing is no good, the bezel action sucks, and the bracelet is damn near unwearable. But on the rubber strap for $71, they are built like bricks. It is an original design that I kind of dig, with sapphire crystal, really pretty dials, and the ultra-reliable NH35 from Seiko. I mean, I didn't buy them for diving, I bought them to wear in an automotive shop. So if you could find them at that price, then yes, I would buy them again over a Pagani Design or Invicta Pro Diver on the rubber strap only. From what I could find online, though, before doing the review, single ones cost in the range of $230 to $500. There's no way I would pay that for these watches. They're not worth it. I'll stick with my $50 Casio DW5600s. That's a lie. I love those watches. I don't beat on them. I beat on the cheap fake scammies, which I'm going to be doing in a review coming up. And that's it. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.